Like, he's crazy. I'm like, he's crazy. No. All right, so I just could not find a moment to sit down and really tell this tape 3. But yo, I'm so mad at myself. Yesterday, in a moment of weakness, I bought my favorite little Walmart treat. I forgot about it until this morning. So even though I know this is gonna hurt my stomach, I'm gonna have it anyway. I've got my little treat. I'm ashamed. All right, that was really good. All right, after today, I'm going back on my diet. At this point in my life, we last left off where, remember, me and Junior was together for 3 years in high school. That was my high school sweetheart. He was my best friend. He still is my best friend. We are still friends. We don't talk as much as we used to though, because we just live 2 separate lives, but we're still cordial, and I do consider him still a great friend, even though we've been like off and on with contact over the over the years. But so let me see. At this point, me and Junior are still friends, which is my first 2 kids' father. Me and Anthony are like not really in touch like that. And at this point, I've been single for a few years. And, you know, I'm still trying to keep up with being a mother and being an alcoholic because I still at this point don't think don't have that bad of a problem. And I do, you know what I mean? Like, yes, I'm in my 20s, but now looking back at that time in my life, there ain't no way I should have been going out every other weekend partying the way I was doing. Like, I should have been home with my kids. You know what I mean? It's a learning experience though, you know? You could look back and see, you know, maybe what I should have been doing, what I should have been doing. And I guess kind of learn from it. And I don't know. So every New Year's, I used to like going out with my friends every New Year's. And I went out for New Year's. And we were just kind of like, it was this guy named Blue. And like, me and him was not friends, but we hung in the same circles. So, I mean, I've seen him before. I've talked to him before, but nothing past like a conversation or whatever. But on New Year's, me and him just kind of connected. All night we just hung out, me and him. And not just me and him, but like it was like a party of us just hanging out the whole night. Was Junior there? I'm trying to think. Junior might have been there too, because like I said, we just all hung it out in the same circle. Junior was there. And we just so we're hanging out, we're drinking, we're all very intoxicated, and we all hang out that same day as New Year's Eve. And then New Year's Day, we're all hanging out for New Year's Eve. I think I'm gonna cut this part out. Hold on. Okay, so we're all hanging out for New Year's Eve. We all party all day, and then New Year's, the ball drops, and then we all spend the night at a mutual friend's house. It's like 20 of us. We're all just sleeping in this person's living room. We all sleeping on the floor. Some people sleeping on the couch. And me and Blue are both sleeping on the floor. So at some point, we start to become intimate. But I stopped him because I'm like, I don't want to get pregnant. We don't have protection, and I don't want to get pregnant. So I did stop him. I'm telling you, like, we only started to like 30 seconds or something like that. Like less than a minute, and I stopped him. I'm like, no, we can't, because we don't, you know, whatever. And that was it. I'm not gonna get into the graphics, but I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I think it's too late. I'm like, I think it's too late, and I think I could possibly be pregnant. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So so fast forward a few weeks. I don't really talk to him after that. I don't really talk to him after that, but I did have a conversation with him that morning. And just, but he's like, oh no, you're good, you're good. I'm like, okay. So fast forward a few weeks later, of course I don't get my period. I'm like, get out of here. Like, it was only like 1 minute. Like, and I'm like, and I stopped it. But obviously, you know, I'm just fertile, I guess. I don't know. So, did I tell him I was pregnant? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I did tell him I do believe I told him I was pregnant. Mind you, after that happened, I felt so ashamed of myself that I immediately got sober. I mean, obviously I was pregnant, but before I even knew I was pregnant, I got sober, and I'm like, I'm not drinking no more. I was just with some random man that I don't even really know like that. Like, and I was just really ashamed of myself. So I stopped drinking. I was trying to clean my life up. Was that when I went to school? Yes. So I went to school. I got in school to be a CNA. So I'm like, I stopped drinking. I stopped partying. I stopped hanging out with my friends. I didn't talk to none of my friends after that for a while. I got in school. I went to school to do like CNAs. I just want to do something with my life. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? But like being a mom and partying, like I got to do something with my life. So I'm in school at this point. It's not like a long program, but you know, I'm doing something. I'm trying. So I get my CNA license, and I don't see him most of my pregnancy. I just kind of stay away from him. He's still hanging in the same circle, but I'm not. I'm just home at this point and just trying to get my life together. And I end up seeing him. Oh, no. Wait. No, I did tell him I was pregnant, but I think he might have asked me to terminate the pregnancy. I'm just like, okay, whatever. I just cut things off with him. And then he ended up seeing me at like a fair. It was like a town fair. We were both there. I didn't know he was gonna be there, but I took my kids there. It was like rides and stuff like that. It's like a little carnival type thing. And I see him, and he sees me, see him, and I'm like, oh, like I can't go nowhere. I'm like, damn, because at this point I'm 9 months pregnant. I'm really big pregnant, and he walks up to me. He looks at me. He's like, oh, hey. I'm like, hey. I can't remember the conversation we had, but I do at some point end up telling him, yeah, this is your baby or whatever, because I wasn't with nobody else, you know. So after that, I didn't see him again until after my daughter was born. So I have the baby. I end up, I don't know if he got in touch with me or if I got in touch with him. I cannot remember. But I remember the feeling of feeling like a failure. And I'm like, this is messed up. Like, this is really messed up. And I'm like, and me and him are like kind of cordial at this point. After we have the baby, I'm like, do you want to come see your child? And he says yes. So he comes to my house. And, you know, mind you, I'm still living with my parents. I'm only 21 or 22. And this is now my 4th child at 21 or 22. And he comes over. And at this point, he's coming over like every day. And I'm thinking, oh, he wanted to spend all day with us. And I'm thinking, you know, mind you, the whole time, this guy just don't got nowhere to live. he just be living with friends. So that's really the only reason he wanted to come over. And I'm thinking at the time, at my young age, I'm just thinking he just really want to be a part of his child's life. He just really want to be a part of his kids, his baby's life. A whole time he just hopping from one couch to another, and he just thought that, okay, I have easy access to this home because I have a child that lives at this home. So like my mom was getting frustrated because he was coming over and staying all day. And at this point, we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. All of us, my mom, my dad, and my older sister. Me and my sister are 5 years apart. She's 5 years older than me. So and we have a 2-bedroom apartment. My mom and dad had the bedroom in the back. My sister has the other bedroom, and then I'm sharing a room. It's not a room, it's a dining room. We had to make the dining room. We had added a door and turned the dining room into a bedroom for me and my 4 kids now. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 of us in a 2-bedroom apartment. Mind you, this is the last baby I have in this apartment because my mom was like, you're having too many kids. This is ridiculous. Mind you, my parents are not okay with this. They are not happy with me. They're not happy with me, okay? They did not condone this. They're pissed. All right? But they know that, the kids are here now, but, they're not very happy. But they love their grandchildren, and, they do everything they can to help me out. Yeah, so he's coming over every day, and I'm just thinking, like, this dude really but then it just became too much. And my mom is like, all right, you need to tell him he can't come over sometime because nobody wants to keep on coming out their bedroom and this guy is just in the living room. It's like, it's a time and place, and he just be here every day because he was just coming over and be at the house all day long. And it was around the time where it was just starting to get cold. It was like around fall and winter. So it was cold outside, so that's why he was coming over so much. And he would just use the excuse, and I'm like, and I had to tell him because my mom was like, he can't come over today. No, I want my house. And at some point, I'm like, okay, we could try to be in a relationship because it's not that I didn't like him like that, but we didn't have nothing in common, and I knew we didn't have nothing in common. And he was kind of weird, like. He was one of those, like, he looked like he got like back then, he had like the face of a model. Like, he was real attractive, but he was so weird. And you know how it be those real cute, crazy boys, but you talk to him anyway because it's cute and you're young and you're just like, oh. But you could tell I'm like, this guy kind of weird, but I'm like, this is my 4th baby. I'm like, I don't want to, let me try to see if we can have a relationship and see if we can build something because we have a child together. So we're trying to be in this relationship, and I don't know, the whole time, and I didn't even know that he had another girl pregnant. I had no idea that he had another girl pregnant. I had to find out through somebody else that such and such is pregnant. It was some girl, I didn't really know her, nothing like that, but I think I found that out a little bit later, like a few months later. But at this point, he does have another girl pregnant because even now, like, our children are like the same age. They're the same age. Wait, are they the same age? No, they're like a year apart, or they're like the same age for a little while. But she gets pregnant like after me, like a few months after me, I guess. So she's pregnant. I didn't know that she was pregnant. I guess they got pregnant before when I was still pregnant. And me and him were not talking. But I'm trying to think what led to the separation. Oh yeah, okay. So this is when I had to finally cut things off with him. I'm like, I don't care if we got a child together. I don't care if you are fine. You gotta get away from our life. Like, it was. So at this point, we together maybe a month or two, and it's only like a few months. And at this point, It's New Year's again. It's New Year's again. So it's 1 year later from then. But our child is only a few months old. So it's New Year's, and my uncle is having a comedy, like event at a comedy club. And I was already bringing Junior with me because Junior was my best friend at the time. Junior is my first kid's father, and me and him are still best friends. So yes, I'm bringing him. And he wanted to come, and my third baby father, Blue, wanted to go to the event too. I'm like, no, because this is a family event. All my uncles and cousins and family's gonna be there. I'm not gonna embarrass my father and bring two of my baby fathers. That's weird. I'm not doing it. I'm not embarrassing my father like that. And I told him he couldn't go. He was like, why? I'm your man or whatever. I'm like, okay, but I already invited. And mind you, they know each other. It's not like they don't know each other. We all hang in the same circle. They didn't know each other beforehand, but they I introduced him. Like, I used to introduce all my, like, if I had a new partner or whatever, I did used to introduce them to Junior, my first kid's father, because me and Junior were still best friends. We never lost that friendship at this point in our lives. So I did used to introduce him to, and plus, we had kids, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to have somebody around, I'm going to introduce him to my other child's father, and it wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing weird or nothing like that. It just was what it was. It was nothing weird about it to us anyway at the time. And so I told him he couldn't go. I told him, nah, my first kid father is going. And I had already invited him. And because he knows my family know him. My family, I'm like telling him, my family don't know you yet. We just had a child. And honestly, I don't even think my family knew I had another baby, because I used to hide my pregnancies from like online. I didn't really post my pregnancies like that because I was embarrassed. And I know my family was embarrassed too. Like, especially my dad, I'm the youngest girl and I'm young too. And I'm, on my fourth baby. So I'm like, no, I'm not embarrassing my dad like that. You can't go. I told him, and he got mad at me. He starts walking down the street. He's like, oh, I can't go. All right. All right. Mind you, we live in an apartment complex. It's just apartments, windows everywhere. He starts yelling to the top of his lungs, Shayla gave me chlamydia. She has chlamydia and syphilis. And mind you, I do not. Like, we do not have any of these. I don't know why he was saying these things. But no, I don't even think he said I gave it to him. I think he just said I have it or whatever. He starts trying to embarrass me. And I'm like, what is wrong with him? I'm like, I knew he was weird. I knew he was weird. So he's walking down the street, up and down the street, yelling that I have chlamydia. And I'm like, bro, hold on. I gave him a snack. So I'm like telling him he cannot go with us. He gets mad, right? And my mom is watching. Mind you, I invited friends to this event. I invited like 3 friends. I invited my kid's father, my kid's godfather, and my kid's father, I think, was already there. I think he got a ride with somebody else. Wait, I'm trying to think. Was he there? No, my kid's father. I was riding with my kid's father and my kid's godfather, which is a mutual friend, his best friend, and also my friend too. James. My kid's godfather name is James. Okay. So I'm trying to think. So my mom is watching the kids, and my dad already left. Okay, my dad left already. My other 2 friends are already at the comedy club. So I'm like, I'm trying to leave at this point. And it's James, my kid's godfather, and Junior in the car. And we're trying to leave. I'm trying to get in the back seat. And I get in the car, but then Blue gets in the car with me, and I'm like telling Blue, I'm like, yo, you cannot come with us. Like, you gotta stay. I don't know where you're going. I think he just ain't had nowhere to go. I'm like, you ain't got no like friends to hang out with, somebody. I'm like, you cannot come with us. So he's like, oh nah, if you going, I'm going. If you going, I'm going. If you going, I'm going. And I'm like, no, it's a family event, and I'm not bringing two baby fathers. And I'm like, that's just weird. You just started coming around. You know what I mean? And it's not like me and him we were not in no serious relationship. It was a casual, very casual relationship. Like, I'm pretty sure he was seeing other people, and I did not care because we weren't serious. We were just trying to be together for our child. And for him to have a place to be, because he was homeless. He was basically homeless. So, you know, and I understood that. You know what I mean? I understood that. It was not like I was some like, you know, I mean, probably at one point I was like, oh, maybe he just but I understood quickly that he was just homeless and just needed a place to hang out at and a place to be during the day because it was cold. Which I knew that, and you know, so he's still trying to get in the car, and I'm like, can you please get out the car? So at this point, when I finally get him out the car, I try to shut the door, right? He's standing in front of the car. And listen, my kid's father and his best friend, they're just like similar like me. Like, don't nobody want this confrontation. Don't nobody want to, you know, deal with this. You know, so they was kind of like didn't want to like deal with the situation either. So, Blue is at this point, yo, wait, did he have a bat? No, I'm thinking, okay. No, see, we get him out the car, but then he starts punching, James's car, which is my kid's godfather. He starts punching my kid's godfather car and just start boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, oh my God, you know what? This is my fault. This is all happening because of me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just go in the house because he's not leaving us alone. And now I feel guilty that this man's car is being like dented up by my kid's father. So, you know, I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I'm like, y'all go ahead to the comedy club without me. Tell my dad I said hi. Say hi to all my uncles. I gotta stay home. I can't put y'all through this. And so I get out the car. I let them, and then he's following me now, and he lets them go. They drive off. Everybody have a good night without me. My family all had a good night without me. I'm walking, like, my house is like right over here. So I'm walking back to my house, and he's trying to follow me. And I'm like, yo, leave me alone. Stay away from me. I swear, like, this, whatever is over, goodbye. I close the door. I go upstairs. On the second floor is our apartments. On the second floor. It's only 2 floors of these apartment complex. And I'm telling my mom what happened. And she was like, oh, you know, because I was supposed to see all my family and stuff like that. And so it's just me, my mom, and 4 kids, and my sister. My sister might have been at work. I don't know. But I kid you not, at this point, it's still daylight outside. So it's got to be around like 4 o'clock, maybe. It's like just starting to get dark. So it's like 4:30. This man is yelling my name, Shayla, outside me and my mom's apartment. He's screaming my name, screaming about his child. And he is just outside circling the apartment like, come outside and talk to me, da da da. And then at some point this goes on for hours, off and on for hours. All night long, he's calling my house phone. We don't have cell phones. We have a house phone. He's calling my house phone over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. He starts picking up pebbles. We had like pebbles on like the cement or something like that. So he gets a handful of pebbles and just starts throwing them at my window, throwing them, going around, throwing them at each window, trying to get our attention, calling. He left like 50 messages. I swear I wish I still had some of these messages because he was leaving so many messages on the phone. This is when I knew he was really weird. I'm like, okay. So at one point he leaving messages saying, hey, this is Blue. Why aren't you answering the phone? Blah, blah, blah. And then he starts leaving messages pretending to be somebody else, but I can tell it's him. I'm like, what? He's like, hi, this is Blue's brother, and I'm sorry the way Blue was acting. He took a bunch of pills tonight, and we're actually about to bring him to the hospital. This is Blue pretending to be somebody else. And I'm just like, I'm just letting my mom hear all the messages, and she's just like, what is you doing? Like, why you got this man outside the house leaving all these messages? This goes on for hours, all night till like 2 o'clock in the morning. Calling again. Hi, how are you? This is Blue's brother calling again. He just went into cardiac arrest. He said he just went into cardiac arrest. And we, blah, 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 please don't tell anybody about this because he's, want to stay private and stuff like that. But, anything he did tonight, I'm sure he doesn't remember. It was weird. I'm like, oh, he weird. This is why you don't have, listen, let this be a learning lesson to young girls. Don't be talking to these guys just because they fine. Get to know somebody first. Like, don't have babies with, like, I remember somebody on my page said, why are you glorifying teen pregnancy? Because I was like posting like parts of my story and stuff like that. I'm very honest about it. There ain't nothing glorifying about everything I went through. It was a struggle. I'm still trying to climb out this struggle. Listen, I'm not glorifying nothing, but, yes, I'm like he's crazy. I'm like, he's crazy, no. So I'm like, listen to all these messages. I'm like, oh my God. So I was up all night because I didn't trust it because I had a fire escape. And you could like climb up the fire escape if you want and try to open the window. So I'm like making sure all the windows is locked. I put a broomstick in the window. I'm like, he's crazy. He's never been violent before. He's never hit me before. He's never, except for the punch in the car and stuff like that. Of course, that's violence. But he's never been like how my last kid's father was, like violent. He was never like that or nothing like that. He was just weird, crazy, and he was just weird. And I'm like, dude, this guy got multiple personalities. Like, why is he calling me with a fake voice? Acting like he's somebody else as if I don't know his voice. It was the most bizarre thing ever. So I'm like, I'm like, all right, dude. So mind you, we about to move anyway. So I'm like, yo, as soon as we move, because my parents had just, I don't know why I always say my mom, like my dad don't exist today. So my parents had just bought a house. It wasn't far, but it wasn't in the apartment complex. So I'm like, I can't wait to move. We were about to move the following week. We're about to move. So I'm like, I swear I'm gonna avoid him until we move because he's weird. Like, listen, I know I had a bunch of red flags and stuff too. Multiple baby daddies, young. But I'm like, I don't care. He's weird. So, who is texting me? So, I swear, my therapist will remind me about my appointment for days. My therapist texting me. Well, it's automated. It reminds me about my appointment for days. And somehow every Friday, I forget. Because it reminds me up until today. This is probably the last message I'll get. And then tomorrow, they won't message me at all. But they've been reminding me for 3 days straight. And then I'll forget about therapy. I forget all the time. And I be feeling so bad. I'm like, get your life together. Okay. This is tomorrow, right? Yes. December 19th. Friday at 9 o'clock. I have therapy. So somebody asked me, are you in therapy for like trying to figure out like your mind and like everything you've been through and why you kept making all the bad decisions you were making? And I am in therapy. And I don't know. I don't consider myself a crazy person. But I do think that alcoholism had played a big part in my decision making. Definitely. Alcoholism played a part in that. And, you know, because I wasn't even very promiscuous or nothing like that. I mean, everybody has their phases, but like as a whole, I was not a promiscuous person. But when I used to go out and I used to drink, I would become this person that I'm not. You know, so I guess, you know, there you go. So alcoholism definitely played a big part in me not protecting myself in a lot. I ain't blaming it on alcohol. I'm just saying it played a part in my decision making, because you know alcohol, it warps your decision making. I don't have no regrets, because my kids are here and I love my kids, and I don't know like what I would be doing if I wasn't a mama. So hello, darling. All right, so the next morning, I barely got no sleep because of that night. All my friends said they had a good time. They said it was a real good time. They all said hi to my uncles for me that I haven't seen in a long time. I was disappointed I missed that and I didn't get to spend New Year's with my dad. Because I really wanted to go. I really wanted to go so bad. But I felt, you know, bad about the way Blue was doing. I'm like, you know, let me just put myself out of the equation. Next day, I'm like, I do end up talking to him the next day. I think it was the next day. And he tells me that he was in a hospital. I think he's been outside all night. So I think he slept outside, because he looked like he slept outside. So he tells me he was in a hospital and he was in cardiac arrest and like his heart stopped, but he out the hospital now, and now he's talking to me like nothing happened. He was like, yeah, my bad. I don't remember. He said, I don't remember nothing that happened last night. I'm playing real stupid. I'm like, oh, you ain't remember nothing that happened last night? Mind you, this guy I don't really think he drink or do drugs or nothing like that. I think he just he's claiming he don't remember nothing. I'm just like, all right, whatever. He claimed that he had took some pills and somebody had put something in the pills or something like that. So I'm like, all right, my babies, I'm sorry. All right, somebody wanted some cuddle time. So we, yes. So we, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, so I'm kind of avoiding him for a few days until we move, because we're literally about to move anyway. So I avoid him, and we move like the very next weekend or something like that. We move, and when we move, I just didn't talk to him no more. I didn't keep in touch with him, and we just left, you know. And I didn't he didn't meet his child again until she was 13, I think, years old. 11 or 13. He actually I didn't talk to him no more after that. I mean, I've seen him through like at like get-togethers and parties after that. Like maybe twice I had seen him. And he's just like, you know, how's our child been? And I'm just like, you know, our child's doing okay. And babe, can you bring that? So I don't talk to him again until like several years later. I see him at a party or something like that, and I'm just like, hey, whatever. And he ended up, like around the pandemic, he ended up going to prison. He was in prison for 5 years. And while he was in prison, like over the years, actually, I did, like when my child was younger and she used to ask about her dad, I didn't know what to say. And I just used to tell her that he was in the army. And I never spoke ill of no matter what we've been through or whatever, I never spoke bad about none of my kids' dads around them or to them. Or talk down about my kids' dads. But I did say he was in the army, and I literally used to call him a war hero. I'm like, he just a hero, baby. He in the army serving the country. Because I didn't know what else to say. When she got older, I did tell my child the truth, but like not the truth of everything that happened. No, I mean she knows now everything that happened. She's older now. This is 15 years ago. She's 15. But it wasn't until she had to like really get it out of me to like, is he really in the army? Like, where is he? Like, and I, I said, I don't know, but he don't live far. He does not live far. And she would love to meet her dad. So I did end up reaching out to him a few times over, when she got a little older, whatever years old, I would love for her birthday to like talk to you and like, just have a conversation with you. She could ask the questions she want to ask. She can hear your voice or whatever. And he never got back to me. He ignored me. I don't know if it looked like he read my messages through Facebook, but whatever. I'm just like, okay, it is what it is. But I did try reaching out to him again years later. Then the pandemic happened, and then he went to prison, and he was in prison for 5 years. While he was in prison, his family ended up getting in touch with me because his family said they didn't think that my child was his child or something like that. I don't know, but whatever. His mom has been pretty supportive of my child. But I guess his mom was the one who kind of was like, yeah, you need to get in your child's life. And so he ended up like calling me from prison, and we got back in touch when he went to prison. And he used to call all the time, and she used to talk to him all the time over the phone. And they talked on and off for a few years when he was in prison. And he got out of prison. And mind you, she has not ever met him before. Since she was like 3 months old was like the last time she's seen him. And then he got out of prison finally after them like talking and stuff like that. All right, so he gets out of prison. This one, he's cranky. He's ready for a nap. Well, not a nap. It's early still. It's only 9:45. I already feel like half the day done passed. But like he gets out of prison and he wants to see her. So I'm like, cool, I'm gonna set it up, right? So mind you, I have not seen him in years either. And he is like, I can't really leave the house at the time because I have my babies. And I think I had just had a baby. I'm like, yeah, I just had a baby, so I can't really leave the house right now because I'm home with my babies. But my mom can bring our child. So I say that. I'm like, my mom can bring our child. And he's like, okay, well, she could just drop her off. I'm like, drop her off? I'm like, my mom ain't finna drop our child off. She don't even know you. You want, and she's like, oh, well, my other kids are gonna be there, and we do know his other kids. They have been. I've been in touch with his other kids' mom, and we kept the kids in touch. And so the siblings know each other because I've stayed in touch with the mom, the other one that was pregnant with me. I've stayed in touch with her, and so our kids know each other. Like my daughter go to her daughter's house all the time throughout the year. They see each other. Sometimes my daughter go over there, have sleepover. She'll stay for the whole weekend. Like, I make sure the girls stay in touch. They're really good friends. Well, yeah, sisters could be friends. My sister's my best friend. But, yeah, so he's just like, he's getting mad that I won't let, first of all, even if I said it was okay, my mom would not do that. She's not going to drop my child off with somebody that we have not had any contact with that just got out of prison. Are you crazy? And he's like, but I'm her father and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. Like, you have to earn up to that. Nobody's going to do that. You don't just trust somebody just because they're family. You could be family and still be a bad person. Yes? Huh? I'm sorry. What, babe? What happened? What? What happened?
A bug.
A bug.
A bug.
A bug?
A bug.
What happened?
No.
You want some water? But I'm gonna try to finish this up because my baby needs my attention. But so I told him no, that's not gonna happen. My mom is gonna be there the whole time for the whole visit. We could start off with a short visit. She's never seen you before. She's never met you in person. Just the FaceTime visits and the just the letters and stuff like that. And you know, I was sending him pictures when he was in prison too of our child. So my mom brings my child there to see him. And they spend about 30 minutes and then together. And then my child wants to leave immediately because she said that he was really weird. She said he gave me the creeps, and she just said he was weird. She did not want to. Now listen, I encouraged her to give her father a chance, but I'm not going to. If she does not, she's old enough. If she does not want him to be a part of her life, I am not going to. Because I know he is weird. So visit him. She was like, yeah, nah, he's weird. Then came to me afterwards, after the visit. It was basically trying to blame me or my mom, talking about what you feed my kid these lies or something like that. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, what do you mean? Like, I set this whole thing up so y'all can meet each other, and I'm the one who allowed you to even. I did not have to allow you to be in touch with her while you was in prison, and I still answered your phone calls, and I still, you know what I mean? But if she don't want to be a part of, if she don't want you a part of her life, I'm not gonna try to convince her to want to have something to do. That's not me. I'm just not gonna do that. Like, if I genuinely thought that he was like this great, amazing person, then maybe I would have said, okay, just give him a chance or whatever. But I don't think that he's this great, amazing person. I don't think he's a bad person, to be honest. I don't think he's a terrible person. I think he has issues. I think he might have some, I think he just might have some mental health issues, to be honest. No, not might. He does. He has mental health issues. And, you know what I mean? But, so that was what it was. He kept like calling my phone. I had to block him because I had to block him on everything because he kept on calling my phone. He will call me like 100 times a day, I swear. And I had to just be like, I just kept making up excuses because I'm like, I know he's never been to my house, but his mom gave him my address. I don't know why she did that, because I did not want that man to have my address. I told her I did not. When he was in prison, I guess he needed my address for something, and for the visit, he needed my address for the visit, and I gave him my mom's address. But because I gave him my mom's address because one, I didn't want him to have my address. Two, because it had to match my ID. My mom's address is still on my ID. I don't have my own address on my ID because I just never changed it. So even when I got my new ID, I just thought it was easier to just keep my mom's because I was like about to move or something like that, which I never did, which I'm still trying to do. But this is like my longest video. We had like 33 minutes, but I'm gonna cut this to be about 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes. But I don't know. So that was the situation with that. We have not really seen him since then. Last time we seen him, apparently he lives around here somewhere. She sees him sometime, like just out and about, and that's it. And you know, I can't wait to move. Not because of that, just because it's my current house is too small. We need at least 6 bedrooms, so at least 5 or 6 bedrooms. Really, I'm looking for 7 bedroom, but yeah, that's my story with Blue. And yeah, so that's that. It's almost 10 o'clock. Dang, it's almost 10 o'clock now. Jesus. I am going to, tomorrow's story is is Jonathan's story. Jonathan, that's the one I have 5 kids with. So his story is probably gonna be the longest. It's probably gonna be an hour long. You don't gotta watch it because I know that's a long time to watch a video. Or you can save it for this weekend. Or I'm thinking. Oh man, I swear I love being a mommy.